All right, guys, before we go any further into this upload, I just want to recap Diesels and Donuts, which was just this past Sunday, June 12th. I do believe that some people did not end up coming out because it was raining in certain spots of Pennsylvania and surrounding states, but the turnout was still absolutely killer. Now, if you guys weren't able to make it, I do want you to mark your calendars. July 24th is going to be another event. It's called Good Day for Diesels because Good Day Coffee is now at Lime Ridge Automotive, which is where that event is going to be hosted. I'm really excited about it because it's back-to-back. Talking to a camera every day is absolutely awesome. Oh my God, the RS6 is so beautiful. I love it. I'm staring at it right now. It's amazing. I love that thing. But seeing you guys in person is absolutely extra special. Now let's get into the video, my friends. All right, guys, so we got the Denali hooked up to the Diamond C deck over today. We're actually headed out to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania to grab some U-Pull-It axles. Hunter Tyler built has been absolutely crushing it on the Crossmember, and we've actually gone through a few more revisions that I'm going to get into when that video goes live. If you didn't catch it, we actually did end up getting axles. We got a Dana 80 and then a Dana 60 with 373 final gears. One sitting right here, that's actually the rear axle, and then the front one is over at Hunter's as we speak. But the problem is that truck's gonna be coming home and we need to get it rolling. Those axles are gonna take some time to rebuild, and unfortunately, time is not really something that I have in my favor at the moment because I wanna get right to work and trying to wire up this DURTYMAX and getting that thing running. We also are working on launching an app for enthusiasts. I've been working on that behind the scenes for quite some time now, and that app is very beneficial. This is not a sales pitch, rather I just wanted to kind of let you guys know about something. If you didn't catch it on the 15th of June, which was just yesterday if you're catching this video on Thursday, we ran a one-time promotion at 20 times entries, which is the max multiplier in the middle of the giveaway campaign. And if you didn't have notifications on, or you're not subscribed to our email list, or if you're not opted in for our SMS, or you don't follow us on Instagram, or maybe you didn't go on Instagram that day, or whatever the case might be, you might have missed it. And if you're anything like me, I'm horrible at checking my texts, and I'm horrible at checking my emails, and that's why I love to get notifications from apps. If you guys download our app, you can actually be the first to be in the know about bonus giveaways, max multiplier starts and end dates, and a slew of other options. Plus, guys, it keeps track of all your entries right there on the app as well, so you don't have to worry about going onto a website or anything like that. All right, so anyway, guys, Jake and I are loading up here in the Denali. Wow, that's pretty dark. Luckily, we got a sunroof. And we are headed out to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, the battlegrounds of PA, if you will, to grab ourselves some hopefully better condition axles, but we'll have to see what they have over there. I'm driving out to Gettysburg right now. There's a U-Pull-It out there that's got Dana 60s and 80s, man. So I was wondering, have you mocked anything up with that old shitty axle yet by chance?
No, it's still just sitting there.
All right, I think what I'm going to try and do is run the better condition axle over, so that way we have an actual chance that this thing's going to move, because I don't even know if those other axles spin.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I'll probably try and get that over to your house tomorrow, probably like during the day. So do you want to just leave a skid loader out or something like that that I can unload it with?
Yep, I can do that.
That'd be cool, man. All right, good deal, brother. Well, I will keep you posted about tomorrow, but I'll probably shoot over sometime in the morning.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, brother, sounds good. Have a good day.
Where are you taking us?
Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Heartlands.
Oh yeah, I thought it was Heartlands.
It's right out here in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, Heartlobs. I don't know if I'm saying that right, so I apologize. But we're out here, guys. This place is a 60-acre mecca of pretty much anything you could ever ask for and anything you could ever want to find. Got a lot of ideas, actually. They have a slew of axles. You guys are going to see a whole bunch of really sick footage here in a second. We're out here not only to get the axles, which they happen to have, they're in great shape, but we're also grabbing some other stuff that has to get very gently removed. Good. Here to find a set of 05 plus Super Duty, actually 08 plus Super Duty axles. Dana 60, Dana 80, 373 final drive. Paradise, man.
Holy crap.
You guys do a great job keeping things organized when you got all these kind of components, right? 2012, 373, F250.
Okay.
So that one will work.
Yeah, there's springs on that, yeah.
And it's actually the same color truck though.
Yeah, it's a high country too.
Look at this rig. Got everything you need and more right there, boys. Nice little convenient package. They probably don't even have enough space for all the 68 RFVs in here.
I don't know. This one might have gotten a little hot, I'm not sure.
This, my friends, is why you buy our rock lights instead of other people's rock lights, because they have built-in relays.
Ah, very true.
And speaking of rock lights, guys, the 8-piece ones are already completely sold out. Thank you so much for your support. And the 18-piece ones are live, but they're selling super fast. They're very limited quantities because this is our first release. So just an FYI, I don't know when you're seeing this video, but they might be on the site. And if they're not, I'm sorry, but we're working on getting more. All right, guys, as we were getting distracted over there, it looks like they got the axles out. So the other axles, they were rough, and I really didn't feel like going through the process of trying to bring them all back to life. Pulling axles apart is kind of a pain.
Possible to bring those back to life?
Yeah, I mean, it would have been. It's just the amount of work that was required, and like we're constantly making decisions every day. It's like, you know, is it really worth the effort, right? Is time worth the effort that would have been spent doing it? And honestly, for us, no. We could have pulled them apart. We could have pulled everything off, pulled all the seals out, pulled the final drives out, got them sandblasted and got them primered so that they were nice and smooth and all the pitting was fixed, and then of course powder coated them. But there's also options like this where these ones are far superior, honestly. This one came out of a 2012 F250, and that rear right there is out of, I think, what do you say, 2009 F350. So that's a Dana 80, and that is a Dana 60. So we've got 373 final drives. We are going to clean these up, but the pitting is very minimal. So we'll be able to take a grinder to these, get some of this stuff off, get them painted, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. Because ultimately my goal is to get the OBS on the road as soon as possible to enjoy for the warmer months. And I really didn't want to spend a bunch of downtime messing with axles, because that's going to hold up the whole project. So if I had to pick, it would be the one all the way on the left, because I just want to throw cars. Oops. But seriously, guys, if you're looking for parts and you're in the area, they unfortunately don't ship. I'm talking like beds and anything else you can ever imagine off of a vehicle. Literally, they got it.
Every single part of it.
Consider ourselves pretty lucky because this is kind of in our backyard. It's not all that far away out in Gettysburg. And speaking of Gettysburg, there's a lot of freaking history that's gone down here, and I think we're gonna go have a look-see. Stewart, 6,000 troopers emerge from the distant woods behind you. Pretty sweet deal, guys. I'm really excited about these. We're gonna have to get them offloaded, and we actually have a little bit more time today, so we are going to do a few things to these to get them ready for their donor. Look at that new 75-2. She's a beaut, boys. I love this machine. I've been using it a lot off camera. It brings me back to the size of the 259 B3. That machine was perfect as well. Genuinely, without that SVL 90, we would have been able to do a lot of the stuff that we did in preparation, but genuinely having that 90 was epic. But then you get to a point where you realize you don't need that big of a machine, and the 75 is just perfect for pretty much every job you can imagine. Plus, it's not all that disruptive to the ground below if you're careful. You know what, guys? I try to avoid Snap-on only because it is pretty expensive for everything that we do, but I got to give a huge shout out to Mike, the Snap-on man, for hooking me up with this rolling cart. That is a mobile workstation that I can bring anywhere. It's very, very, very convenient. I freaking love this thing.
What is that?
What do you see, dude? Daddy's new tractor. My man, give me some knuckles. Be careful, little climber. It's sleeping right now, Jack. It worked very hard, now it's sleeping, and that's grease. Yucky, yucky, yucky. You don't want that. That's grease. That's really sticky. All right, so we got the 80 back there, we got the 60 up here. We have to focus on the 60 to start. So here's our condition. We are not bad. This is pretty much all just surface rust. All this can be ground off. I do want to take a few of these components off, like these bottom seats for the coil springs, for instance, so I can get better accessibility to the axle itself. I am probably going to take off, let's see here, our track bar. There we go. We got our track bar mounting bracket and our track bar. Probably gonna pull that off for all intents and purposes real quick. Gonna keep the track bar on itself, and then the drag link, probably also going to need that. So just move that stuff out of the way, like so. Drag link isn't the most pretty, but that can always be swapped out down the road. On the OBS, we are going to be putting on a new steering box. It's gonna be a blue top from CP Addicts. And then we've got a conversion pitman arm that allows us to get the bigger ball joint included onto what mounts into the factory frame for the actual blue top steering box, so that way it's got some nice tight steering. We got to start some disassembly here. All right, guys, we got 2 coats down on the axle. I'm not gonna go absolutely ham on this thing because ultimately we are gonna be pulling it back out to freshen it up completely, but you guys can see it makes a massive difference. So this is a little secret for those of you that just wanna freshen up your axles. This Rust-Oleum Rust Reformer is more or less a catalyst to prevent any further oxidation from occurring, as well as a really nice matte black finish that lays down extremely smooth. I'm gonna expose myself a little bit here. I did not do the best job grinding this thing down. Ultimately, this is just a temporary preparative style measure, but you can see how well this paint lays down. It is a great finish. And if you want to restore the condition of your axles from something that's just weathered, that really doesn't look the best, just from a rear visibility perspective, then hit it with some of this. This stuff is amazing. I love it. So I didn't really do the diff cover at all. I didn't want to go crazy there because I'm probably going to end up putting a diff cover on this truck just to make it, you know, a little bit more unique. But I did hit the primary surface. It looks great. I'm going to hit the calipers eventually down the road. Might even get new calipers for it. Probably going to get new rotors for it. But the good thing about this entire setup is we're ready to rock and roll. I'm actually going to get the SVL75, throw this back on the trailer, and bring it over to Hunter's, hopefully tomorrow. And then by the end of the week, I should have a massive update for you guys as to the final phases of that truck, the final things that Hunter's going to be wrapping up on it, and then I'm going to bring you guys up to speed about all the stuff that we've been collecting behind the scenes for that project, so we can sink our teeth into it. I gotta say, massive shout out to Hunter for having the willingness to help us in a project like this. Genuinely, guys, I'm all about trying new things. It's just that my schedule is quite busy, and you kind of get to the point where it's really cool to engage your friends and your peers and other people that have this skill set, because YouTube ultimately allows us to highlight those things. And I'm really blessed to live in Lancaster because we have so many freaking truck enthusiasts in the area that are so talented in so many different ways. And I think the OBS, kind of being the holy grail, is a culmination of all the epic people that we get to hang out with on a day-to-day basis. So thanks for winding down here on the vlog, ladies and gentlemen. 8-Ball, we're gonna have a big update coming for that truck here soon. We've got, oh man, look at the views out here, boys and girls. We've got the LBZ out chilling. Denali's still hooked up to the trailer. Gonna leave it that way because we're gonna be headed over to Hunter's tomorrow. We've got the RS6 over yonder hanging out, looking crazy sinister. Thank you guys so much for the excitement on that car. It is freaking awesome, and I can't wait to introduce y'all to even more things that I have planned for it. And then, of course, Misfit is, well, missing right now, doing what he does best. Is actually out with Jake as we speak. Jake's getting some absolutely sick sunset footage that you guys will probably see sometime in the next week or so. Thanks as always for watching, boys and girls. Tap that subscribe button on your way out, and I'll see y'all in the next upload.